Every day we all go into something with a set mindset, whether it's a class, a test, or even a practice. You're definitely going to be feeling some sort of emotion, whether it's happy or it's nervous. Maybe it's something you've been looking forward to all day or something you've been dreading. How many of you play a sport? Do you think your attitude or mindset going into practice or a game affects your performance? Well, the answer is yes. Your mindset really does affect how you're going to perform. Raise your hand if you think you're going to perform better when you're having a good day versus a bad day. Well, that's what I'm going to be talking to you about today. By the end of this talk, you should be able to understand how negativity affects your performance and how positivity affects your performance. First, I'm going to start off by talking about how negativity affects you. Your mood already has a measurable effect on your athletic performance. A negative mood can be anger, frustration, stress, and fear. They can all have a profound harmful effect on your ability to run or to coordinate, for example. Other consequences of negative thinking are reduced confidence, lack of concentration, which makes you more nervous and can leave you feeling unprepared. Performing to please others, like with the audience or the team, rather than focusing on your own performance capabilities. And becoming too tense to perform well, and even elevated anxiety and stress, which will also greatly affect you. Now I know, and I know you guys all know, that there is no I in team, but being negative doesn't only affect you, it affects your teammates as well. If a teammate has had a bad day, or is mad at another teammate, is sick, didn't get enough sleep, or just doesn't want to even be at practice, the whole team will sense it and will be more uptight. And the more uptight the team is, the greater the feeling will be. It's a natural reaction to walk on eggshells around someone who's radiating negativity, which in turn makes everyone feel on edge, taking away the team chemistry, leading to mistakes you guys would ordinarily never make. The crowd also has an effect on your mood. National Geographic did a study to see how positive and negative reinforcement can affect a player's game on the court. They took a guy named Josh, who is good and knows how to play basketball, and they let him make 10 free throw shots, all of which he made without the crowd making any noise. They then blindfolded him and had him make 10 more, while instead the audience booed and yelled negative things at him, whether he made the shot or not. He then made 10 more free throw shots without the blindfold while the crowd still yelled at him. And he made half the shots that he did before without the crowd making any noise. This showed that the crowd's negative reinforcement brought Josh's confidence down and changed his mood, which caused him to perform worse. Overall, negativity affects your performance greatly, whether it's not making during a game or not running your mile as fast as you normally would when having a good day. Negativity is caused by little things, whether it's the amount of homework you have or simply just having to pick your sister up from school. You become stressed about that sort of things, and when you're stressed, you don't want to go to practice, and you don't want to go to practice, you don't perform as well as you normally would. Moving on to positivity, it is believed that having a positive attitude is more likely to improve your performance than not. According to different studies and sources, that's true. Susan Jacobs from Executive Coaching Consultancy said that our attitude impacts our performance a great deal, and our brain is 31% more productive when we are positive. That shows that we are more likely to get things done with a positive attitude and even perform better also. Because when we're stressed, we focus on more why we are stressed, and we tend to fall apart rather than focusing on the game. There are certain areas of sports psychology that may be matched with the constructs from positive psychology. Nick Pigeon uses a pyramid to illustrate the constructs from positive psychology. Sorry, it's blurry. I couldn't get a better picture. The lower order constructs sit at the bottom of the pyramid with the higher order skills up top. The skills within the pyramid that are black are recognized as traditional sports psychology performance, while the red are relevant skills linked from positive psychology. Starting from the bottom up, general skills that are thought to be key should be put into practice early to provide a base from which to further develop. Adopting a growth mindset allows for greater awareness of learning opportunities and emphasizes the process of development and encourages challenging. The middle order skills are linked with positive psychology, concepts of self-awareness, strength, and positive emotions. Building self-awareness is essential when looking to perform and maximize potential. Focusing on the positive emotions, Pigeon states that positive emotions are associated with a broadened cognition, enhanced awareness, and the ability to solve problems more effectively. Positive emotions build resilience, because without that we would not want to bounce back after a loss of a game, for example, and to help us develop skills and resources in which we need to perform better. Well, higher order skills associated with the management of emotions are related to the positive psychology of concepts and resilience of emotional intelligence. Resilience is characterized by the ability to adapt to changing situations, to learn from adversity, rise above it, and perform better. Emotional intelligence encompasses the ability of an athlete to recognize his or her own emotional state, to be able to sense emotion in others, to recognize how to motivate themselves, to create peak performance, and to be able to build productive relationships. In sports, developing emotional intelligence can enhance an athlete's ability to control their emotional impulses that may lead to poor performances, create emotions that lead to good performances, and afford athletes with the discipline to know when to do each. Going back to being part of a team, a positive attitude is contagious. If you go to practice feeling yourself, your teammates will be more likely to be happy as well. If one person on the team feels bad, the positive person should encourage them to be happy and remind them why they play the sport they play. A positive person usually is the one that's a leader and rallies the team and tells you exactly why you can and why you will win the game. Going back to the National Geographic study, not only did they do a basketball player to test their theory, but they used a person who doesn't play basketball, who didn't normally play basketball, except the crowd was positive with her. They had the lady believe that she made all 10 free throws blindfolded after not making any when the crowd didn't make any noise. After they did her third set of free throws, she made 4 out of the 10 shots because the audience boosted her confidence, having her believe in herself. Having a positive attitude will not only improve performance, but it can make you happier as a person. You can go from 8th place to 1st place if you keep going with a positive mindset. If you train yourself to be a happier person and think positive thoughts before going to practice or even just for a simple run, eventually you'll feel better about where you are and you'll only want to improve from there. Thank you.